Welcome aboard passengers, Mega Sim here for another video. Of course, it's a news video because we did find out that LGV Méditerranée is our next route that we are going to be getting on Train Sim World 2. Yes, it is finally in the final stages before being released. Now, it's not next arrival, so we know that it's not within the next 2 weeks, but potentially it will be out in December. But don't count me on that. I'm just speculating from what we've seen previously in the route map, the road map, the rail map, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, let's get to it. So, we have got the TGV Duplex, the double decker. I have been on a TGV Duplex myself, going from Lille to Man-la-Ville-Chessy. But the news article, which I am leaving a link in the description anyway, kind of goes into chatting to the development team about building the first French route for Train Sim World 2. So we know that Jess is on there, senior environment artist, and Matt, senior producer. So their two roles are around the environment, route artists, actually building the world. So using the right props, the right trek elements, the right scenery. You know, we've seen this before where you can't have British buildings on a German route and American buildings on a Swiss route. You know, that sort of thing. When you look at a building, you know what country that's from, generally speaking. But especially around Europe, you can really see a big difference. So the question that they had was, what do you do first when you build a route? So there's a mixture of things from multiple teams. Beginning of the route, they'll normally start with the track team, generate the tiles to build the world from. And then that using the digital elevation models, and then that creates the tiles within the elevation based of that data. Then the track team will lay the track based on Google Earth or track documents, a bit like blueprints, okay? So when they get art involved, they'll start building the route itself using the assets that they have, using the foliage, the buildings, sculpting the landscape based off the video and photo references, and then build up from that stage. So this is a big thing, because this is France. They've not done France before on Train Sim World 2. So what was the biggest challenge? And they said that, they focus on key feature areas such as stations and the areas around it, including the key gameplay areas like depots. Spelling mistake, Dovetail Games. Come on, DEPOS? Nope. DEPOTS and yards. So they do try and base everything off of real-world imagery. But if the road has to be slightly too far to the left to make sure it works, then it's the artistic choice that they will make. So there are slight differences on there. The big one that we keep talking about, McDonald's on Hanwell to Southall, just underneath that bridge. There is no McDonald's, but you need to put it in now. That's it. You need to put it in Dovetail. Anyway, so they have, within their artistic license, they try and be as accurate as they can be, but the main aim is to give the correct feel for the route. And how do they build the route? Why was LGV any different? It was simply different because they're trying to use a new pipeline in using a new tool. So when we go to street maps, Google Earth, things like that, we look at that and there's a lot of data in it. And what they've said is they can get the raw data from that and turn that into instructions for Unreal to say, paint this terrain this, for example. So, yeah, they're going to be using this in a totally different way. And hopefully this gives us a lot more longer routes. But anyway, let's continue. So, extracting the tiles, applying the landscape material, roads, concrete, track ballast, tree lines, fencing, so it's not a blank canvas. But these pictures that we are seeing, which are in rotation, I'm just going to use the same ones, are, they are pretty decent. I can't wait to see what they look like on the Xbox Series X as well. So traditionally they build their routes by hand, which is, be hard to perceive. It's no different to how building a model railway would be. If you want to place a tree there, multiply 60 scale miles, that's a lot of work to do. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to start delivering longer routes, but the way they do it is this software to auto-generate that content without looking fake. I think that's kind of what they're trying to get here. It generates some of the content, but then the environment team have to look in and do extra things to make it look like it's handcrafted. I don't just want to look at a tree. Anyway. And it's much nicer for the environment team to pick up a tile, see that it's already started, instead of a blank canvas. So yeah, really good there. And then the next step in the future, they'll be automating more and more. But it's not going to detract from the experience. That's what Matt's saying. It's not going to detract from the experience, but as a result, make everything repetitive. They don't want that. They don't want that. They want to ensure that they end up with the same quality that we would all have if we had something done by hand. Apologies for me saying we. The reason why is the news article says we, and I'm like, we. No, I'm not we. It's they. So what's unique to the route? So 320 kilometers an hour, the first route where it actually will be the fastest route. We know that the ICE can go that fast, but we haven't got a route that goes that fast. So the Avignon to Marseille, will be 320. And we're now using the TVM 430 signals, so the French in-cab signalling system. So a lot of firsts on there. Somebody did message me saying that Matt did say that the reason why Southeastern was done later on is because they wanted to get the French signals out on this one. It's probably to put more work into Southeastern, and then we'll have that because it's using the same signaling most of on the high speed bit. But with the 320, you feel the gradients more severe than you might have previously experienced because Train Sim World 2 is better able to cope with those really steep gradients, perform better whilst at high speed. So, yeah, we're really looking forward to that. So, they will be showing more LGV Méditerranée in the coming weeks and taking a closer look at the Duplex, the TGV Double Decker. Just to mention, though, because this is the LGV, the TGV version, we may not get the the stations in between. We're just probably going to get 3 stations. But there were 2 stations in Marseille. No, Avignon. There's Avignon TGV and Avignon Centre. So I wonder if we'll get 4. But yeah, I can only count 3 on the timetables, but some have 4, some have even more. But I think it's just the TGV we're getting. So expect it to be a minimum of 3 stations that we're going to get. But once again, amazing artwork by Tom Connell. I did point him out on that on Twitter earlier. He says, "Oh, a great one coming out." I said, "I know what it's going to be." And he went, "You might not." And then I replied back saying, "Yeah, I did. I got it right, didn't I?" But yeah, really good artwork. Looking forward to that. Also looking forward to his Southeastern one because it's probably going to be at St Pancras, isn't it? I know I'm pulling himself ahead, and he's probably going to go, "No, good to change it." Anyway, well done, Tom Connell. Thanks to Dovetail Games. All rights go to those images to them. These are still in progress, so they may change. But yeah, some good images there, some good route coming up. Looking forward to that. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this little update video. Looking at that, don't forget the full news article is in the description below. Social media links are also there, including our Discord server. And we are streaming on Twitch at the moment, just because of the Xbox Series X. So have a look out for that. But all our routes that we're going to be driving on Twitch will then be uploaded to YouTube. So don't worry if you can't get on there or you're not on there on live. The reason why is after I've uploaded the videos ready for YouTube, I then delete the video on Twitch. So either watch it live on Twitch or you'll just wait for it on YouTube. But thanks again for watching, and we will see you on the next video. This is Megasim out of here. See you later, guys. Bye-bye.